Hi everyone, in today's video, we're going to be discussing the functions of the skeleton and also how diet and exercise play an important role in maintaining healthy and strong bones. Let's first discuss the importance of the skeleton. First, the skeleton is needed for protection of delicate organs. Examples of this is how the skull protects the brain and the ribs protect the lungs. Next, it's needed for support. So our skeleton is able to hold organs and body parts away from each other and also hold our body upright because of our spine. It's also able to help in muscle attachment because our muscles attach to bones through a tendon. And this allows the muscles to be in a specific spot. And this is really important for skeletal muscles because this is needed for movement as these muscles are able to move the bone. Now for breathing. The ribs are part of the skeleton and are very important in the mechanism for breathing because they move in and out, which therefore changes the volume and therefore the pressure in this area inside here, which allows breathing to occur. Now for the protection of red blood cells. So in our bones over here in this segment, this is called the head, and the head contains red bone marrow. And red bone marrow is what produces red blood cells. And red blood cells are really important because they carry oxygen because of hemoglobin inside of it. And oxygen is needed for respiration to occur and for us to gain energy to carry out life processes. Now for sound transmission, over here is a diagram of the ear, but simplified. This is over here is the middle ear, and over here is a tube that is behind our ear. This orange wave is representing a sound wave, and as this goes through the tube, it eventually hits the first bone over here. These three bones are part of the middle ear, and what they do is they act as dominoes. So as the sound wave hits the first one, then it hits the next, and then it hits the third one. From here, it then goes through a system which then allows sound to be transmitted to the brain. Now, in terms of growth, as the bones elongate, it also means the elongation of the limbs. And without our bones, we'd be unable to grow. And that's the end of the importance of the skeleton. Moving on to the next learning objective of how diet and exercise play a role in maintaining bone health, first let's begin with diet. So vitamin D is able to indirectly lead to healthier bones because it allows us to absorb calcium better, and calcium directly leads to healthier bones because it is a nutrient that's needed to replenish the calcium salts in our bone. And this is important because this leads to healthier bones, and this is a very important component of our bones. Weight bearing and resistance training are the two types of training that benefit your bones the most, and this is because they both put stress onto the bone. And this may initially sound bad, but this is actually good because with the stress, it sends a signal to your bones to activate growth cells, and therefore, once the bone has healed from the stress, it becomes stronger and healthier in the end. Weight bearing and resistance training create stress onto the bone in the first place because in resistance training, with increased resistance, it means that your muscles have to work harder. As they work harder, that means more tugging and pulling onto the bones, and this means more stress. In terms of weight training, though, with more weight, it means that there's more pressure and force onto your joints, and this is where your bones are located. This then means that there's more stress and therefore leads to the same things, activation of growth cells and stronger and healthier bones.